Rob is too excited here about his fucking belt he's got.
What are you trying to say, Brian?
What are you wearing?
Well, Brian, I'm glad you asked. See, I am wearing the...
I honestly didn't even notice until you put it in. It's 3 feet from
He
my
fucking
left.
walks into this room, and he goes... He sits down, and he's quiet for a while. Then he goes, I can't believe you didn't notice. And I look up, and I'm like... Okay, what the fuck shirt are you wearing? Like, is that Einstein?
It's Einsteiner.
Actually,
Einsteiner. I'm fucking looking at his shirt, trying to figure out where I've seen that. I don't even notice he's got a fucking fake belt on. Which should probably tell you something about Rob, by the way. I didn't think twice that he's in my studio wearing a fucking replica belt.
Yeah.
Well, that's not really a replica belt.
Well, it's a fake belt for a fake sport.
Yeah,
it's
it's a double replica.
It's for fake football.
It is the championship belt that I won for winning my fantasy football league a couple years ago.
I see.
And the reason I wore it tonight is because, as you may or may not know,
Do we have to add your name to the show? Is that what we need to do here? Will that solve this problem?
What problem is that?
So anyway, go ahead.
Sorry. So as you may or may not know, Promise Thomas and I, we started a fantasy league between various
I didn't know
people
this.
within the Empire website. Thank you. And I happen to be playing. I happen to be playing Vinny this week. So I wanted to wear my belt.
Didn't even know that.
So Vinny would understand that he's
Even
not
Vinny
going
doesn't
against,
know.
Yeah, I know. I figured Vinny didn't give two shits, but
He's in the presence of greatness because you've achieved.
Thank you, Craig.
Yeah.
Sorry.
There needs to be some sort of punishment for what's happening right now.
Fair
Am I
enough.
the
I
only
don't
one? Listen, Rob.
I think what he's doing is its own punishment.
I think that if Vinny beats you, you need to hand over that damn belt to him.
I like this idea.
A linear
Yeah.
football championship?
You're here flaunting that thing like you're the champ.
Well, I am.
Well, if he beats you, I think you need to hand that belt over to him. Oh, man. He's on the spot now.
You know what?
You know what? He's a coward, Vinny.
Clearly. I mean, he is.
He's a coward. Yeah. That's what's going on
How
here.
dare you question my manhood, Alvarez?
The one thing he's accomplished in 40-some years is over his shoulder right now. He's
Oh,
right
I
part of the
know.
line.
Wow. Can't put that thing on the line. Oh.
You know what?
Yes, Rob.
Fine.
Wow. All right. Well,
Gotta check my lineup.
Vinny, you will be the belt collector here. You can have the YWF title.
Yes.
And this fantasy football title when you beat Rob's ass. You're
you
bragging about this. Do you know who this man is, Rob? You know who that guy is?
I believe that shoulder's
a
Torelli, is it
football
not?
outsider is who that is.
I'm well
He
aware
does
of
this
that.
for a living.
I do.
Oh,
It's true.
it's going to be great.
That doesn't mean anything in this particular competition, by the way.
Do you realize
right?
how much I care about this fantasy football league now that this title's on the line?
Less than
I can't even tell you how much I
now
care
there
about
are
it.
stakes.
I need to put this podcast on the deal. I need to follow this. I want updates on every show, Vinny.
Well, Rob, you've accomplished your mission then.
Well,
Yeah. Maybe you should put the YWF title on the line.
Ooh, belt for belt. I like
wrestling. I'll have a
That's
match with
true.
him. I'll have a match with Rob for that belt.
Okay,
Rob
that's
would-
fair.
Rob beat my ass. That'd be a bad idea.
Now-
it. Can we have a jiu-jitsu match?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
No, that's a wrestling title.
Rob's
It's got to be
having
a
it
fake
second.
wrestling
Yeah.
match.
If Promise beats, let's say Vinny wins it. Let's say Promise beats him in week 4 or whatever. Does Vinny have to send the title across?
No,
state
this is
lines?
not about anybody else. It's about Vinny and Rob.
Okay, so
Rob's here flaunting this belt on the Bryan and Vinny
and then Craig.
show with Craig. Let's get it straight.
Okay.
So that's what this title's all about here. So let's see what happens.
So I'm assuming later on in the year, Vinny and you will face off again.
Probably.
Okay, so you have a chance to reclaim the belt. after
That's
you
true.
lose
You
it.
get a revenge match.
you could try again later. It's not. This is not a one and done.
This isn't WWE, so I get my rematch clause eventually.
You'll eventually get another shot. I think. All right, it's official. There you go.
All right.
That'll teach Rob.
need
Show
a-
up here with this damn. Look at this guy.
We need a contract signed.
Oh,
break
my God.
anything.
Anything else you're gonna hit?
I didn't hit anything.
Everything in here is fragile and delicate, as we have
Christ.
learned over this year.
Actually, it's not. But go ahead.
Something seems to go wrong every time. What are we doing, Raw?
Yeah.
May as well.
WWF Monday Night Raw at number 4th of the year 2000.
He's got 2 fingers up his nose.
Up my nose. Scratching.
Ding dongs hanging out. Anything else? Quit laughing, Ken. You've already messed up my day once. He ruined the whole thing here. Now I know what happened. I was going to say, hey, Vinny, what happened in fantasy football? I walk in the door, Ken throws out spoilers here.
He did. He spoiled fantasy football for you.
Jiminy Christmas. Come on, Ken. Rob would never have done that. And I know that because Rob would never admit to a losing. You beat him, huh?
I am winning.
You're winning.
It is not over yet. He has one more player on Monday night.
How does this fucking even... Don't even bother.
I'm not going to.
So anyway, it'll be over Monday night.
Yes.
He has a play or a player?
Player.
This is a fantasy draft?
We did the draft before the season.
Okay.
Once you've done with the draft, you have a certain number of players in your team, right?
Okay.
Then when those players play in real games,
Okay.
you get points based on how they perform in their real games.
I see.
So all of my players have already played between Thursday night and today.
Okay.
He has one guy left who plays tomorrow night.
So Ken gave me a spoiler that's not even a spoiler yet.
I suppose
That's even worse.
I suppose that's true.
Jesus. Look at this guy. Okay, so there's a very good chance that you're winning.
I will probably, well, I'd say about 60-40 probably.
That's it?
Yeah. He's so disappointed. So disappointed in producer
Almighty.
Ken.
Anything else? All right. So the fact of the matter is, we're going to know in time for Tuesday's show.
That is true.
So I need Rob's ass here on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to hear no excuses. I want him to bring that belt, and he's either going to get a celebration. Maybe if he wins, I will add his name to the show for a week.
Oh, hey.
It'll be the Bryan, Vinny, Craig, and Rob show. He can put that on his resume. But if he loses, he needs to hand that goddamn belt over to you on I'll even get a silver platter. He's going to hand that belt over to you. Now, I've been told, and I did not okay this. Antonio the Promise Thomas is attempting to go into business for himself.
Right.
So he says that Vinny has to put the belt on the line versus his opponent next week. That was never part of this deal. What's he trying to do here? He says this is now the linear fantasy football championship.
Before I answer that question, let me check the schedule because it could be very interesting. Yeah. My next opponent, should I defeat Rob, in Antonio's world then, I would then be forced to defend this belt against Tommy Dreamer.
Tommy Dreamer?
Yeah.
Okay. I changed my mind. This has got to continue.
It might.
All right, fine. Well, I'm okay with that. You can put the belt on the line against Tommy Dreamer.
Right. If he wants to come to Bothell.
If
he beats me and is willing to come to Bothell, I will give him the belt.
Yeah, he'll have to be here to be handed physical possession of the belt.
Yes, I will not ship it.
Yeah. I think Rob's okay with losing the belt and having it end up in the hands of Tommy Dreamer. That's something that he can brag about.
He would probably be thrilled.
Yeah, so, okay, I'll consider that. Who else is in this tournament?
I just got a terrible ad right in the middle of it. I don't think no other Raw superstars between Antonio and Dreamer. Paul Fontaine is in it, I believe. I want to say where he was.
We should have just stopped at Tommy Dreamer.
Yeah.
Just let me imagine that like a bunch of...
Filthy, of course.
Oh, Filthy Tom is in there? Oh, man. He deserves a shot at the title.
Sure. Semper Vivi.
Multi-time champion. Oh, God, if Semp wins, I'll never hear the end of it. All right, well, we'll think about it.
Right.
We'll think about it. I want Tommy Dreamer to end up with the belt.
That would be ideal.
But I'm not sure about, Semper Vivi ending up with it, or...
theoretically try to throw the game next week to get the belt to him.
Don't do that.
All right.
Vinny, this is a prestigious fucking belt. Why would you throw it? This is
because it's good for business.
No, it's not good for business. What's good for business is reality. Not some bullshit fake title. We got enough of those.
I see.
Need a real one. All right. Well, are we ready?
I guess we must. NWA World Championship Wrestling, October 15th, 1988.
Oh, I got more.
Oh, good.
We got to stretch this out anyway. Retro Raw Nitro 19 years ago this week, but nobody cares about that. Let's get right into the important stuff here. Rob? Your mic's right there now. I moved everything around.
Thank you. I see it yet.
We don't necessarily need to see you, but... Rob's got to take his headphones off. He gets all flustered, all kerfluffled. Well, would you like to tell us what happened this week, Rob?
No, I would not.
Vinny, would you like to tell us what happened this week?
I'm actually checking the final score for the first time right this second. Oh, login required. I was logged in today.
God.
I think I won. Rob, did I win?
Come
Yes.
on, of course you won.
Yes. Not only did I lose, I literally had the lowest score in the entire league.
Oh.
Oh my God.
I wasn't going to bring that up.
So if I would have played, I probably would have beaten you as well.
No, you still would have lost.
I don't know about that. What are you talking about? I would have thrown darts to the thing, and I guarantee I would have done better than Rob. If he came in dead last, wow.
Auto
Now-
pick, maybe? You can auto pick teams and let ESPN pick players for you.
Yeah, I'd beat him doing that too. So you came in dead last.
Yes, I did.
What about you, Vinny? Where did you come in?
Well, let's see. I got 101.9. I see 1, 2. Oh, God.
You got killed too?
Actually, I did. I don't think I would have beaten anyone else but Rob here.
God, maybe we should just relinquish the belt.
It goes to vacant.
Yeah, it's the new vacant year in this.
Hang it from the ceiling.
Yes. We were the two worst players this week. We just happened to be playing each other, and so I won. That is a
well,
fact.
look at you two. So you were second to last,
Yes.
and he was the last?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
You're the winner.
I am the winner. I'm the better man.
This sounds like your whole career, Vinny. You were dead last. Right there. There was always whoever, Stoney Edwards. Well, it doesn't matter, Vinny, if you came in second to last. You came in last.
Yeah.
You lost.
Yes, I did.
I think that we need to do an official handing over of the championship right now, and you need to relinquish that belt to Vinny for the time being.
Do you have taps on your...
Are you going to
Taps.
be a man about this, Rob, or what?
If I win a belt, I want a fanfare.
I guess it's
Well, for
2019.
Rob.
Are you going to be a human about this, Rob, or what?
I want streamers, balloons.
Let me see that belt for a second. I may need to enter this contest. It doesn't have an eagle on it, but that's not a bad-looking belt, Rob.
No, they actually do a really good job with them.
Yeah, those are some nice plates right there. Who made this? Wildcat?
No, it's undisputedbelts.com.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about the leather, but the plates themselves look pretty nice.
Yeah.
All right, well,
Critiquing the belt now.
hell yeah, I'm a Texarkana television champion.
All right. Well, if I'm going to take this.
Oh, this is an epic moment here on this program.
Can't see it on camera.
Look at that. Vinny is now and hey, it's not just me. It's not just me, Rob. Antonio the Promise Thomas. Let me get a picture of this. Hold on, Vinny. Pose with your belt.
Yeah, stand up. Stand up, son.
Oh my God, look at you. Look at this guy.
What a goof.
Wow. What are you talking about? Rob, let me see you. Hey, you don't look nearly sad enough. That's a little bit. Oh, there we go. Now we're talking. Man. Well, Vinny, congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
You know what is so amazing about you, Vinny, is you are such a, what's the word?
Watch yourself.
Apathetic.
What the hell happened to my phone? No, you're such a, so many bad things happen to you all the time in your life. You know what I'm talking about?
It's a great speech, Bryan.
But you have now ended up with the YWF Championship and the Linear Fantasy Football Championship. You're a dual champion right now.
He's apathetic. I just said that.
A dual champion.
Set this out here. Try to get it on camera as best I can.
Make sure it's very shiny.
Yeah. It's very. Well, I got to use the computer. So
Yeah, it's
Best
not
I
going to
can do.
work. Wow.
I didn't bring a stand.
So,
Are we still doing a podcast? I haven't talked into this mic for like 5 minutes now.
well, hey, I've been talking. So it's not just me, Rob. Antonio also suggested that title be on the line, and he suggested that belt be on the line for every match in this tournament. So Vinny would be defending it next against Tommy Dreamer.
Yes.
Ooh.
Who, based on last week's scores, would have crushed me.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's 1 week, right?
You never know. It's a whole
Well, what
new
do you
week.
think, Rob? Do you want to put that up with Vinny versus Tommy Dreamer? Or would you like to have Vinny hold on to it and defend it against you again? Because that was my original idea. He would have to defend it against you each time.
Yes.
So that you would eventually get your belt back.
Yes.
What would
Well,
you like to do?
Well, ideally, I would like my belt back, but hey, I lost it fair and square. So, at the end of the day, I imagine if Vinny wants to defend the title against Tommy Dreamer, I certainly can't say no.
If Tommy Dreamer beats me this week and he's willing to come out to Bothell to pick up the belt,
I do think that it needs to be a local pickup only.
I will gladly hand it over.
Okay, so
Shake the man's hand and admit he was the better man.
but you'll at least know, Rob, that we're not going to mail that belt to Tommy Dreamer if he wins.
No.
The belt will stay. We'll have the belt stay here in either Vinny's or your possession.
Okay.
But it will be on the line, Vinny versus Tommy Dreamer. That sound fair?
Oh, yeah. I thought you were asking him.
Jesus, Vinny.
Well, I don't even know.
You better hope that he's not
No.
booked for this next Defy show.
Rob, this
He has
is...
been on Defy before.
Because
That's
that'll
true.
be a local pickup.
That is true.
Now, Rob, this,
As long as I get to deliver it to him, I'll be okay with that.
this
All right.
is your achievement from last year. What do you have to show for yourself from last year?
What's that?
What do you have to show from yourself from last year? This is your only trophy.
What does he have to show for himself? He got the fucking belt last year. What do you mean?
And now he's just going to give it up. What's he going to do if he loses it by the end of the year?
Well, he's going to have to win another one. You told me last week that there may be another belt on the line.
Maybe, yeah. I know. Promise was going to try and work with Undisputed Belts about getting us a belt. I don't know if he did or not, but
I'm looking at the schedule here.
Okay.
It's very important.
Yes.
I don't play Rob again unless we both make the playoffs.
yes,
See, we
I
talked
did
about
notice
this last
that.
week.
Oh, man. You're the one that brought this up that you guys would face off again.
No, and you're right, because every other fantasy league that I've ever done, the way they do the schedule is if you start with one, you go down, you play however many teams are in the league, and then you kind of loop around and go from again. So considering I was playing him first, I just naturally assumed that I'd be playing him again.
But you could both end up in the playoffs.
Yes.
Okay.
Not if we keep scoring like we did last week.
That's a solid point.
That's true.
So before we move on, while I'm looking at the schedule, week 1 was me and Rob.
Yeah.
Week 2 is me and Dreamer. Week 3 is Rob and Dreamer.
Wow,
So-
you could get it
You
back.
could
This
get the
is
thing
your
back.
chance.
Yes. So
Wow.
you can cheer for Tommy.
Wow.
So at the end of the year, whoever wins this, much like Medusa, they can take this belt, drop it in the trash, and when you later go out to take out the trash, you can get your belt back.
You could get it
It'll
back
be with
there.
the Young Bucks tag team belts. Sure.
I think what needs to happen is Tommy Dreamer needs to beat Vinny, and then Rob needs to beat Tommy Dreamer. So you better bone up on your whatever you do to win this contest.
There will be much boning up.
Okay, excellent. Well, I'm glad we got that out of the way. That is very exciting, Vinny. Congratulations again.
Well, thank you, sir.
Congratulations, Vinny. Oh, god damn it. It's fucking...
Congratulations, Vinny. The better man won.
Thank you, Rob. I appreciate you.
You're very
saying
welcome.
that. Yeah.
Barely better, but the better man won.
It didn't say best.
It's
better.
It's true. The better man won.
You know what they say, Brian? You don't have to be faster than the bear. You just have to be faster than the next slowest man.
That's right.
That's true. That's where you guys were there.
I don't mean this disrespectfully, but Brian, would you like it better if we said the worst man lost?
The worst man? No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
The worst man was the man who didn't compete.
Oh, well.
That's both.
That'd
of
be
us.
Craig.
You didn't even.
And you.
All right, let's do this thing right here. Well, of course I'm not going to compete. You kidding?
WWF Monday Night Raw, September.
Before we get into reviewing this show, last Sunday, producer Ken walked in here, and he immediately gave spoilers.
Yes.
Oh, Vinny, looks like you're going to be getting that belt. I was like, why are you giving me spoilers, Ken? Then as the night goes on, it turns out he's not giving me spoilers. It ain't over yet. So now we have Rob here. Rob is here. Vinny is here as well.
Yes.
So this week is Vinny versus Tommy Dreamer, right?
Correct.
Okay, now we don't have spoilers until after tomorrow, correct?
They won't be over until tomorrow night.
Okay. Well, what are we thinking right now? What's it looking like?
As of right this second, as we're recording this, I believe it's still in the third quarter of the Sunday night game. I have a slim lead.
Oh, a slim lead over Tommy Dreamer.
I still have Matt Ryan and Julio Jones playing tonight, and then tomorrow we each have one guy.
So one guy each is playing tomorrow. So it's getting close.
It's going to come down to the wire here.
All right. Yeah. And then, Rob, you're facing Tommy Dreamer the week after.
This is correct.
Okay. So now, even though you're playing Tommy Dreamer, does he have anything going on this week?
He does.
You do?
He's playing.
Well, yeah, we play every week.
Okay. So you could come in dead last again.
Although I'm looking at the score, Rob, I'm not sure you're really playing.
Is it that bad?
It's not good. I'm down by the last time I checked. I think it was
50. It's almost 50 points right now.
Yeah.
You're down by 50 points?
I'm down by 50 points.
121 to 77.
Yes.
Now you do have two guys playing tomorrow.
Yes.
So you will be able to make up some ground, but it's quite a bit of ground.
Rob?
Yeah, no, it is quite a bit of ground. But I have done it before, so it's certainly not out of the realm of possibility.
Well, my question to you, Rob, is are you any good at this? I mean, how did you win that belt? Like, are you good at this, or did you have, like, one really lucky season and you won the belt, and it's just like that was an aberration?
I realize that the first week and almost two now, it doesn't appear to be. But yes, I actually am rather good at this.
Okay.
Or at least I used to be.
Okay, so
Maybe
you're
before
just,
this year.
You're just on kind of a streak of bad luck right now.
That is a mild understatement, but yes.
Okay.
I will just share a fact here.
Yes,
A
Vinny.
simple fact that will mean nothing to Brian, probably nothing to a lot of people listening, actually, but it'll mean a lot to some people. For 2 weeks now, producer Rob has had Lamar Jackson on his bench.
Rob is so disgusted that I know he did something really dumb. Wow.
Didn't work out in his favor.
You know, Rob, I was trying to find any way possible to get that belt back to you, but like with each passing week, I'm not sure you deserve that belt, Rob. I think we both agree. But let's see how it goes.
If next week doesn't get any better, then you may very well be right.
I wasn't going to mail that belt to the winner, but man, may have to change my mind about that. We'll see how it goes. There's more coming up tomorrow, right?
Yes.
All right.
One more game.
Okay. We'll do a follow-up on Tuesday. We'll see how everybody is done. Is Craig's not in this?
I don't believe so.
That's right. Yeah, he didn't compete. That's right, because he was the coward who didn't compete.
And that's one thing you can't stand, Bryan.
It's cowards who don't
You
compete.
hate cowards who don't compete.
Okay, let's get going on this show.
WWE Clash of Champions.
That's the week of September 17th.
It's the week of the 17th.
Obviously, it's not the exact same day. Do you know years work? It's not exact.
You're the one who said it was the 17th?
I said the week of. Don't question me.
I'm not questioning.
I know
I'm stating you are
Rob's
wrong.
going to edit it out of the show so I look like an idiot. But let's make Rob look like an idiot. Let's hear how your football that went this week, Rob. Tell me about it. Vinny, you tell me about it.
I think I won.
Rob, how'd you do?
First of all, allow me to say that you don't need my help to make you look like an idiot.
Oh, get out of here. Tell me about your failure at this football gimmick.
Well, you know what? I would love to, because if you recall on Sunday night, as you and to a lesser extent Vinny were berating my fantasy football acumen.
Me and to a lesser extent Vinny, he's the one that's been burying you. I don't even know anything about it. He said he wasn't even sure you were playing. Am I wrong?
Well, that was a knock on my.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
In any event, I had mentioned that yes, I was down by a significant amount, but it was not an insurmountable amount, and I had in fact come back from a deficit like that before.
Sure.
Well, I did.
Okay.
And I won this week.
You won?
Yes, I did.
He beat you, Vinny, or he beat whoever?
I beat who I was playing. I didn't. Beat
Okay.
Vinny.
Who were you playing?
I was playing
Microphone.
I'm sorry. I was playing Ryan Frederick.
Ryan Frederick.
Yeah.
So he's really bad at this.
I don't think so.
Just this week.
Is there a reverse lineal champion?
I think there might be, actually.
You had to beat to escape?
Yeah. But how did it go with Tommy Dreamer?
I had a big Sunday night. Those of you who watched the Falcons-Eagles game, I had Matt Ryan and Julio Jones, and Tommy had Alshon Jeffrey and Deshaun Jackson, both of whom put up a total of 0. So I rallied to win.
So you won.
I won.
You're the champion.
I'm still
Wow.
F4W fantasy football
reigning
champion.
and defending.
So that means, what that means is, you're out of luck.
Unless he makes the playoffs.
Unless you make the play.
And I do.
Well, hold on. So you got to play someone else at some point, right? Every
Okay.
week you're playing somebody.
That's true, yes.
So you could lose the title this week.
Theoretically, I could lose it to whoever I'm
Okay,
playing.
so theoretically, at some point, Rob could face the champion again.
That's true.
Like you probably will at some point.
This is correct.
Okay, but you're not going to be beating Tommy Dreamer for it
No,
because Vinny defeated Tommy Dreamer.
correct.
Okay. So what you have to hope for is that at some point somebody beats Vinny that you are then going to play at some point. That's what you have to hope.
That is correct.
Yeah, but then you have to beat that person.
That is also correct.
Oh, man. It's going to be tough. Who's everyone facing this weekend, Vinny?
The name for my team, the name with my team is Cheryl Ingram, but it's somebody during the draft.
It's Mystery Matt on the board.
Mystery Matt.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
Mystery Matt is Cheryl.
yes.
Okay.
Who has such stars as David Johnson and Leonard Fournette
Okay.
to square off with.
All right. Now, who's Rob facing?
We've already discussed this. I'm facing Tommy Dreamer this week.
Oh, that's right. Tommy Dreamer. But it doesn't matter. So Mystery Matt.
There's a league championship to be won here.
No, there is, but we got this belt on the line. So Mystery Matt could become the champion this weekend.
Yes.
All right. So then you got to hope that he retains and you face him because you haven't faced him yet.
Correct.
It's like round robin.
Basically.
See, I'm figuring this thing out. All right, Rob, we'll see what happens. Congratulations for beating R. Fred. Is that who it was, Ryan Frederick, or is that a different R. Fred?
What? Ryan Frederick?
It's like raw all over again. You were just ranting about on Sunday. You don't know what's going on. All right. It's good for now. Thank God Rob got the graphics off his camera for that segment right there. It's a very, very important update here. Well, Vinny, congratulations on still being the champion. Would you like to hold your belt up again?
No, I'm good.
It's sitting right there over there in the corner.
It's fine.
All right.
was
That's
comfy.
where it is. It's in safe hands right now.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, it's already got debris all over it.
It's gold. I know Bryan will let nothing happen to it.
It's not my debris. Ken put that debris right there. Do you realize, by the way, I don't want to throw Ken under the bus here,
But
do you remember
You've done so many times before.
Do you remember the bobblehead contest
Yeah.
deal that we did?
I do.
Okay. What were the stipulations of me allowing him to choose and do that contest?
That he would be responsible for mailing the prize to the winner.
Okay, well, do you happen to see what debris is on top of the belt?
Well, sweatshirt.
Well, I mean, right next to it is, in fact, the bobblehead.
It's on the floor, yeah.
Which is still sitting here.
It is.
Unmailed.
Yeah.
I'm not mailing it.
I know.
The winner may have to come here to get the bobblehead, because it's no closer to being mailed now than it was last Thursday. I just want to mention that. Let's get going here. And before we get into Retro, Raw, and Nitro, we got to talk about the most important thing, obviously, which is the story of the football league, the fantasy football league. Rob's title on the line. What is the update this week, Vinny? What's happening?
I have to check. I'm actually in 2 leagues. I forget which is which, so I need to log in required. I was just logged in. Hang on. So I sort of got when I loaded the page.
Anybody else know what we do every Tuesday when we start this show? Now?
Well, this is new.
You realize I forget every show as soon as
I realize that, Vinny. Like,
right,
do you have an intervention?
I defeated Bad Juju. Comfortably, actually. What are you looking at?
I'm wondering why I can't hear Rob. I mean, probably because he's not talking to the mic.
Well,
there we go. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I won, Brian. I won.
You won. So it was your week?
I am undefeated and still champion.
Wow.
Yeah.
Remember we were talking about how just because you were part of Football Outsiders didn't mean you would be any good at this?
Yes.
Wow.
Well, it doesn't, honestly.
So how did Rob do? Does he still suck?
Let's see.
Has he improved? I guess last week he did well, I guess. Is that right?
That is correct.
Yeah.
Oh, Rob.
Yeah.
Oh, no, now what? Who was on the bench this week? Lamar Johnson? Is that his name?
Jackson.
Jackson.
And no, I actually was smart enough to start him this week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I go ahead?
Go ahead, Rob. Tell me the foolishness.
I yet again was the lowest scoring team in the entire league.
Mm-hmm. The final score, Brian.
Do I really want to hear that? Actually, I do.
Well, it actually goes to decimal points, which is funny, but I actually round to the nearest whole figure.
Okay.
126 for Tommy Dreamer, 88 for producer Rob.
Honestly, I thought it would be worse.
He beat him by almost half as much.
Well, yeah, I guess that happened.
Well, to be fair, I expect nothing less from the innovator of violence. So
Sure. So, what's going on, Rob?
you know,
How did you get that belt? What happened? You told me.
Who else is in that league? That's a question.
You told me
I want to play those guys.
You told me last week that you were pretty good at this. I'm waiting for evidence.
historically,
got a
I
belt.
am. Yeah.
But I know he got a belt, but you could have been playing against my new daughter and Paisley. I mean, how did you win that?
Apparently,
Dumb luck?
Apparently, smoke and mirrors.
All right, well, we'll see what happens.
But I would like to just say, and again, it doesn't matter. But Vinny, this week, because I did check because I figured it would come up. Vinny basically beat 2 people: the guy he played and me.
Wow.
But hey, he won. So
Yeah. So this week I face the also undefeated Mike Sempervive.
Oh, really? He's undefeated as well?
He is.
Wow. So it's 2 undefeated people squaring off this week.
It's a big matchup.
That is a big matchup.
A worthy challenger to my championship belt.
Wow.
And Mike, the offer still stands. If you beat me and you come to Bothell, I will present the belt to you.
Well, he ain't coming to Bothell. You kidding me? Can't get that guy out of the house. All right, let's do this Retro Raw Nitro thing here. Retro Raw Nitro 19 years ago this week to talk about here today. And, of course, everybody's favorite, kick off this show, the update on this football thing right here. I've been informed, Vinny, that you've lost the title. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm sure that's right. I'm going to check out the exact score now.
2 of all people, Mike Sempervive. That happened?
Yes, it was not close. 160 for Sempervive, 135 for me.
Wow.
A stomping.
Well, what did you do? What was Rob's score?
I also won. Or I'm sorry, I won this week.
You won?
Yes, I believe mine was not quite as good, but I was 102 to 90.
102 to 90? That ain't that good.
No,
You
it
barely won.
Yes.
Sempervive stomped you.
He did.
Hey, you know what though? It's still a win.
And frankly, I got 135 is not a bad score. So he stomped a worthy opponent.
Wow.
He's a monster right now. He's undefeated.
Yeah, I knew this because he's already texted me wanting me to send him the belt. Wants to wear it during Observer Live.
Hey, the deal stands. If you come to Bothell, I will deliver it by hand and congratulate you on your win.
I think he's got to come here.
Yeah.
Because I'm not shipping it.
I'm not shipping it.
I'm pretty sure Rob's not shipping his belt off.
Hell no.
Maybe I'll just wear it here. Why don't you hand me that belt, Rob? I'll present it to Semper Vivi on the show tomorrow on video.f4wonline.com. What's on the back of it? Did you have to give me the notepad too?
I was just grabbing. I didn't see the notepad. Get off my case.
Look at that thing. See that, everybody? Yeah.
There you go.
I'm like Russo. I'm in possession of the fantasy football championship right now. I'm gonna put
Maybe
it right
Summer
here.
Baby can make out with your wife.
No.
No.
I'm going to hand that over to him tomorrow.
What?
What does that have to do with anything, by the way? What are you talking about?
Nothing.
What does that have to do with Vince Russo?
Oh, I thought you were talking about Rusev. I apologize.
Oh.
That is a marked difference.
That, at least there's some logic there.
How did you get Rusev out of Vince Russo?
Oh, they don't sound anything alike.
Well, no. I mean, did you watch the shows tonight? It opened with Vince Russo having possession of the WCW title.
Whatever.
Get out of here, Craig.
Get
How
out of here,
dare
Bryan.
you? All right, can we get going now, Vinny? New champion, by the way, Mike Sempervive. He's I've never seen a man so proud to be the champion.
WWF Monday Night Raw.
Who's he facing next week? I need to know.
And I gotta look it up.
Dude, let's get this over with now so I don't have to talk about it later.
Or you could
I want to know if he's
let
facing
me move on.
Tommy Dreamer.
I just want to look at your schedule, dude. Don't show me that.
It's probably Antonio.
It appears to be Rob.
Rob,
Yeah.
you are facing. You could win your belt back next
I
week.
could win my belt back, yes.
Wow.
Although, judging by the last couple weeks of my scoring compared to Semper Vivi's,
It'd have to be blind luck.
I might just have to tweak with his roster this week.
Wow. There you go.
Screw
Look at
job.
that. This could go full circle. He could get his belt back next week.
That's right.
All right. Well, I think I'm ready now. I think I've got enough information about this fantasy football league. I think I know where we're at now. Let's do this.
Craig, are you ready?
Let's get the show on the road.
Walked in the door ready, bro.
Any further questions I can answer?
I think I'm good.
Rob, how you doing? You good?
Why don't you ask a question of which one we're going to watch, we're going to review first?
Because I'm going to make a decision for once.
Okay, well, better be Raw.
It is.
Okay.
WWF Monday Night Raw, October 2nd of the year 2000.
I didn't say anything this time.
Yeah.
So before we get into this, obviously the big news today is Vinny is frantically searching for what we talk about at the beginning of every Tuesday
I
show.
always forget.
Is the fantasy football gimmick here. It was Rob's big chance.
That's true. It's not even my game. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it was Rob's big chance to attempt to beat Mike Sempervive and win back his fantasy football championship. I have a feeling he failed, but I can tell by the look on his face there may be more to the story. What happened, Rob?
What happened is, as much as it pains me to say this, Brian, you are absolutely correct.
Yeah.
My pro football team let me down. My fantasy football team let me down. Fuck everyone.
Excuse me, it's everyone else's fault?
Yes, because I played the best possible lineup I could have played, and my shitty players did not come through for me.
What do you make of this, Vinny?
Well, I'm looking at the scores here. I was aware that I had lost to Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. I was not aware that I would have beaten literally every other player in the league this week.
Wow.
That blows.
You would have beaten everybody else, but you still got beat?
Yes.
Wow, that guy was the best then.
He was the
Mr.
very best.
Rogers' Neighborhood was the
Ryan Frederick.
our Fred, the superior player.
And he only had 3 good players. I won't get into it. But
Oh, man. I hope you're all embarrassed.
Vinny is the first loser.
So Rob does not win his championship back. Where did I put it?
It's right
Oh, it's
there.
right
front of
there.
you.
Yeah. So that's going to stay here. So what does that mean? Like at some point, who's the champion? Sempervive?
Yes.
So you're never going to face Sempervive again?
Not necessarily.
It's very
I have to go through
unlikely.
the schedule, because I think we're in the
Okay.
same division, so there's a chance.
All right. So somebody has to beat Sempervive, and then you have to play that person.
That's
That's
correct.
what has to happen. Okay. What do we got? What's the lineup next week, Vinny?
Looking at it right now, Mike Sempervive faces Josh Nason's team, the Dirt Sheets. Sempervive is undefeated. Nason is 2-3.
2-3.
Clear underdog.
I'll say. Been like that his whole life.
Wow.
So that's the big match next week. Mike Sempervive versus Josh Nason.
It's the title match, yes.
What a main event.
And then 2 weeks after that, Nason plays me.
So you can win the title back.
Could regain it. It's
Wow.
right there, yeah.
Look at that.
But the current champion, of course, is Semper Vivi. He plays.
Is it 3 weeks in a row he's been the champion?
2.
2 weeks? Yeah. Okay.
So he faces Nason this week.
So it'll be 3 weeks.
Week after that is Filthy Tom Lawler. Week after that is Antonio the Promised Thomas.
Filthy could be in studio and get the title.
Semper Vivi has to face. That's right. If he wins and he comes up here for Defy, he could take the title, Rob. That's been the deal. If they show up, they get to take that belt. My God, what timing!
Right.
This is so much better than WWE booking, and it's like totally just randomly happening. Yeah, I can't even believe
That
it.
gives me a little consolation that I have guaranteed win week against Filthy this week. Then
You better do some praying, Rob. That's all I got to say.
There are still many weeks to go.
There are many weeks to go.
It goes 13 weeks plus playoffs.
Okay, so what's that? 4 weeks of playoffs?
Only 2.
2 weeks? So 15 weeks, and we've gone, 4 weeks? I got time, Rob.
5 weeks.
5 weeks? Okay.
This was week 5.
10 weeks left. Man. All right, well, there you go. Nice try, Rob. Better luck next time, buddy.
That's the story of my life, Brian.
Better luck next time. All right, let's get...
At least the show's recording properly.
Yeah, but your mic's not on. So, story of your life. All right, let's get going here, everyone. It's not, Rob, it's not the show's recording, it's the audio recording.
Everything-
That's the issue this week. Don't look at me like that.
No,
Did it get screwed up last
I didn't
time?
want to talk if I wasn't on. So.
Okay, well, you're on now.
Okay, thank you.
I'm chastising you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, everything is on. The audio is
Okay.
on. The video is on.
Okay.
Red light's on.
All right.
We're good.
All right. Let's go, Vinny.
WWF Monday Night Raw.
And furthermore, you don't have a mic today, Rob. It's not going to be back until next week.
Oh.
We're missing some connectors.
Rob, if you text me, I will read what you have to say.
So Vinny is going to be in charge of the fantasy football report this week.
All right. Believe it or not, Brian, I actually have the scoreboard right in front of me.
I'm flabbergasted.
1 in a row.
I'm flabbergasted because I sat down to do the show, and as soon as I sat down, you stood up and left.
Had to pee.
Craig can vouch for this. I got up to use the bathroom, and at the exact same time I stood up, you closed the door to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Because there's 47 bathrooms in this house, but you choose to use the one closest to the studio.
Okay.
So the point being, Brian, I would have been sitting down when you came in here, but you used my bathroom.
Well, I figured the 10 minutes that I was putting the child down, you could have gone then.
I was waiting until right before the show.
Is that your child?
Okay, so you did wait till right before the show.
Yes.
Okay, I got it.
Is that your child putting down shirt right there?
She goes in the shirt.
I see.
Yes.
It's a nice blouse.
It's a baby carrying shirt.
got
It's not a
pockets.
blouse. It's not used for breastfeeding.
It's not fashionable.
Well, not
Craig.
yet.
It is fashionable. Okay, anyway,
Doesn't
can we
matter.
get going
Go
on
ahead.
this thing?
I apologize for derailing the show.
So as I recall, it was Mike Sempervive was the lineal champion of fantasy
Yeah.
football here. And his team, the Takata Monster Army, went up against Team Dirt Sheets, managed by Josh Nason. And for the first time this year, suffered a defeat by a very narrow margin.
Nason beats Semper Vivi.
Did.
Wow.
115.7 to 113.9. Less than 2 points. Separated the two. Oh, I have a text here.
Oh my God, Rob's supposed to be switching the cameras here. He's busy texting.
Don't you worry about it.
Was it on all three of us while I'm messing with the computer?
As far as you know.
Okay.
On behalf of my client, producer Rob, not only did I do what I said I would do and thrash Filthy Tom for the win this week, I had the highest score in the league.
Wow. You're still not the champion. Okay. So what's next week?
Well, I
Nason's a
the
champion.
Nason schedule then, don't I?
Is it Nason versus Filthy?
I think so.
My
I
God.
hit the wrong button. Hang on.
This is booked
7.
so much better than the WWE draft, which is a low bar. But you realize that on Tuesday, wait a second, we're out of time. Tom won't have time.
No.
Well, doesn't matter. Nason faces Tommy Dreamer this week.
Oh, Tommy Dreamer.
The other Tom.
What is this cat doing?
Did you feed the cats?
Yes, they just ate.
Oh, they're lonely.
Look.
Wow.
I have another text.
Good.
I have another text to read to fill this time. On behalf of my client, producer Rob.
Yeah.
That said, according to Tom, I am going to pay for it the next time I'm on the mat with him. How often are you on the mat with Tom?
Not very often.
Not very often at all.
They did threaten to come to town.
He's never been on the mat with Tom.
Yeah.
You know who has been on the mat with Tom?
Who has been on the mat with Tom?
Me and Wang.
Oh, how do I do?
Yeah. Hey, he got killed.
How do you do?
Better than Wang.
Fair enough.
He got mutilated. But anyway, the point of this is that's two people I know are not cowards.
Oh, the gauntlet has been thrown down.
Sure has.
I told Tom.
Sure has.
He said, "Do you want to do it this week?" And I said, "Sure."
Must we have a conversation when your mic isn't working?
Do you know how microphones and the lack thereof work?
Yes. Yes.
I have my text device here right open. Anything
I'll
you
hear
want to
your.
say?
No, I don't want it. I want him switching the cameras. I'm doing his job.
I'm doing the job.
No one's watching. Who cares?
You're always doing the job.
Yes.
That's the gimmick.
Saw that coming.
All right. Can we get going here?
WWF Monday Night Raw, October 16th of the year 2000.
2019. Figure4online.com/wrestlingobserver.com. Much to my chagrin, the Rob mic is working this week, so he can now join the program again. Look at him put the camera on himself.
No, I didn't.
I know exactly how this gimmick works here. Now it is.
Now the camera.
That's what I thought. Your mic isn't on yet, dude.
I didn't figure. That's why I didn't say anything.
Okay, so we. Yes, Vinny?
We're all professionals here, Brian.
Every week? Yes, I know. All right, well, let's start, Rob. I don't want to, put you on the spot, but
Right.
why don't you twist the mic so it's facing you? There we go. Now we got it.
Okay.
All right, so what is the update this week on the
Football.
thing? Fantasy football.
The thing.
Fantasy football.
With the stuff.
I was throwing so off my game by telling Rob how to do this right that I forgot what I was doing.
He's a video guy, not an audio guy.
That's abundant. Actually. Okay, so
Fuck you.
What's the update?
Now, you're asking Rob or me?
Well, somebody.
I got it. All right.
All right, go, Rob.
All right. So
Whoever's going to talk into the mic is going to be able to do this. Okay.
All right. So I won. I'm on a 2-game winning streak.
2 games?
Yes, I beat
Wow.
I beat Promise by a very slim margin of 1.9 points.
Wow.
Yes, Vinny, I believe, won again as well.
No, I lost. I've hit the skids, man.
Oh.
I've lost.
Who'd you lose to?
Who is Irish Trojans?
That's,
Paul Fontaine.
yeah.
You lost to Paul Fontaine?
I did.
Well, he's
Who's
pretty good.
6-1, actually.
Yeah, he's
so,
very impressive.
but I think I've lost 3 in a row now.
Yeah.
2 out of 3 or something. But
Okay, so who is the current champion? I've already forgotten.
Josh Nason.
Nason is still the champion.
He successfully defended against Dreamer.
He won again?
Yes.
I'm just flabbergasted. Is it possible to cheat?
I suppose theoretically, if you could hack Dreamer's account and bench all his players.
I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah. So, wow, Nason's won 2 in a row. So, okay, who does Nason face next week?
Oh, look at that. Team Verhey.
Wow, so this is your chance.
This is it.
Wow. So you have a chance. You can't lose to Nason, Vince.
My quarterback is Matt Ryan, who's hurt.
Oh, my God. I may
Oh,
have to put in. I may have to.
It does
contact
say here,
Football Outsiders.
has the projected total of Team Dirt Sheets 90.5, Team Verhey 119.1.
That's the projections.
Yes.
Taking into account the injured quarterback.
Yes.
Wow.
Let's see how it goes. But
And what about you, Rob? Who are you facing?
I am facing Sydney Bacabella.
Sydney Bacabella.
Yes.
So are you facing Nason anytime soon?
I believe, if I remember correctly, I face him in a couple weeks.
So he's got to beat Vinny and probably somebody else in order for you to attempt to get your belt back.
That would be correct.
And Vinny's got the big shot here. This is your chance, Vinny.
it is.
Because Nason's on a 2-match win streak. You're on a 2-match losing streak.
I believe that is right.
So you're the underdog.
Yeah, I'm looking
Look at
at
my sports knowledge.
trying to look up his schedule right now,
Okay.
and it's not working the way I wanted it to. Oh, it's the upcoming schedule. That won't work. I had to go back and check his athlete, but I'm pretty sure he's the champion, so clearly he's on a
So how
win
many
streak.
weeks do we have left? Like 4 weeks? 3 weeks?
Let's see. This is week 8, so we go to week 13. Is
5?
Is the last week of the regular season, and then we have I think a 2-week playoff.
Wow. You're running out of time, Rob.
Well, as it turns out, I just looked and I play Josh Nason in week 11.
Week 11. Oh, he's not holding it till week 11.
He's got to win 3 in a row to get there.
You better look at some other potential matchups here, because I can't imagine. He'd have to win 5 straight, right, to get to week 11?
Well, yeah, but two down.
Sure. But that's not going to happen. It's impossible. All right, well, we'll see. Well, Rob, good luck.
Thank you, Brian. I appreciate your concern.
I will wish you luck in this. I don't like to see you fail so spectacularly. Just kind of. Yeah, just a little
on
bit
this
of
show.
failure. Yeah. You fail enough here.
Once you walk
But
out that door, succeed all you want.
Outside, I wish you success. You understand?
This show is entertaining when
It's
I
good
fuck up
fodder
first.
for the show.
It's entertaining to everyone but me. That's what it is.
And,
All right.
and your
That's what makes it
exasperation.
entertaining.
Yes.
Get out
yes.
of here. All right, let's do this, everybody. Retro Raw and Nitro 19 years ago this week. Raw was an excellent program. Nitro was a horrible program. Anyone like to argue this?
2 beige shows.
I really enjoyed Raw.
Beige?
Yeah, it's a bland color.
How disrespectful to beige. It's going to be my daughter's name.
Was not
Till we settled on Hanalei. Paisley and beige. Rob, what's going on in this tournament?
Well, Brian, if I may,
What are you doing? Oh my God! Are you
Crowning the
kidding
champion.
me?
I would like to present the lovely belt that I foolishly lost in week 1 to Vincent Aaron Verhey.
Wow, you're the champion again.
Middle name, man.
Okay,
A
I actually thought it was
two-time
champion.
Wow, I actually thought you were announcing that you had won it back. I should have known better. Wow, congratulations, Vinny.
Goldie.
You're the champion again. God, what a circuitous route.
It is amazing.
This is so much better than the booking of Raw and SmackDown.
I would kiss it, but I know where it's been.
Where has it been?
Yeah, where's it been?
Oh.
Don't put it on that desk. What, it's been on a chair?
Put it on the
What's
desk.
on the yeah.
No, put it on the desk because wherever it's been, I don't want that on the desk.
I see.
To be fair, you don't know where it was before it got here.
It was at your house.
It was in Rob's possession for
I'm
Lord
pretty
knows how
concerned.
long.
That's probably why everyone in this house is sick right now.
Probably
That
wearing
belt.
it while naked.
All right, so you're the champion, Vinny. Congratulations.
Second
You
time
beat Josh Nason.
Dirt Sheets. Is that Neeson?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, you beat Josh Nason. I knew it wouldn't last.
Well, Brian,
I knew he couldn't do it.
we'll see how long I can hold it this time. Next week, I have a stern challenge, a filthy challenge.
Oh, really?
One Tom Lawler.
You and Filthy Tom.
Yes.
Wow.
Let's check here. Tom's team, the Las Vegas Filth, has a record of 2-6.
2-6. So
Darren.
he sucks at this.
6th out of 6th place.
Well, it would help if he would change his lineup so that when players are on a bye, they're not in a starting lineup.
Excuse me. You're giving Tom advice
Yes,
in this game?
I've won 3 in a row, so screw you.
Okay.
He's better than
He's
Tom's
allowed.
team.
All right, fine.
Tom last week lost to Tommy Dreamer by a score of 103-42.
So he's not trying.
No.
I hope not.
I should be competing against him. I'd almost surely win.
There's a lot of
42
people
points.
who want you to do this next year.
My God. Okay, so Tom faces you next week.
Mm-hmm.
And who do you face, Rob? Do you know?
Let me see.
No one looks this stuff up in advance.
Of
even though we
course
do it
not. No,
every
no.
single Tuesday.
No, I have it right here.
Time.
I face Garrett.
Garrett, okay. So is there any chance that Rob is going to be facing you and or Filthy anytime soon? Do we know that?
Looking at the full schedule now.
I actually face Filthy in week, I think, 12 or 13.
I don't face either of them again. After this weekend, I face Tom.
Okay, so Tom needs to beat you.
To get the ball back to him, here's who I face. We'll do this. I face
Okay.
Tom Lawler,
Yeah.
Antonio,
Okay.
Joey Eastman,
Okay.
Garrett Gonzalez,
Okay.
and then in the regular season final, Paul Fontaine.
All right.
So
There's
Tom,
still plenty of
Tom,
time.
Joey and Garrett. Let's see. Your team, Rob, is Baker Dangerously. Yes. Let's see. Garrett, Paul. It only faces both Toms. So if I lose the belt to one Tom, and
Okay.
they keep it until they face him, he has a chance to win it back.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see.
Fascinating.
Yes. So I need my good friend, Filthy Tom Lawler.
You need
Hey,
Filthy
buddy.
Tom, who got 40 points to beat Vinny of Football Outsider.
All I need him to do is actually pay attention to his roster this week and put in players who are actually playing, so there's a chance he can win.
He is going to kill you the next time he sees you.
He's already threatened to. So
Look at you.
I can only die once.
Lecturing Filthy Tom Lawler.
I did get him a bottle of proper 12 whiskey, so
You're going to need to get him more than that after this speech.
Tom Lawler has this is the most fantasy football record I've seen. He's 2-6, right? So he's
Yes.
losing a lot, but his 2 wins are against Nason and Sempervivi. 2 good teams.
Wow, how about that?
This is how fantasy football works.
He beat Sempervivi?
Yes.
This is great.
he plays up to his competition.
Oh, wow.
Apparently.
You're making all sorts of friends here today, Rob. All right, let's do this, Vinny. Let's get this thing from 19 years ago this week. Very newsworthy shows. Kind of.
One was.
One had one newsworthy thing that
At the
happened.
very end.
The others, it's just a bunch of shows.
They were, in fact, a bunch of shows.
I'm over it. I'm over it.
We got 5 months to go? 6 months?
Yes. I heard that we had a stunning upset.
So let me tell you about how this went down.
Yes.
9 a.m. West Coast time Sunday morning, noon Eastern, 1 hour before the Sunday games kick off. Paul Fontaine publicly tweets Filthy Tom Lawler and says, "You would have for sure lost your belt if you had taken..." Let me start this over. Tells me I would have lost my belt if Tom had taken the time to claim a kicker this week, because Tom's kicker had a bye, and he is so bad at fantasy football that he never updated that. So with a reminder, with 1 hour to spare, Paul recommended he takes Dallas's kicker. So Paul takes Dallas's kicker. We fast forward to Monday night. I am ahead by like 4 points. And then Dallas's kicker, who is only on Tom's roster because Paul Fontaine stooged me off. 14 points with the kicker. Tom beats me 148 to 143.6.
Oh, very, very close.
So yes, due to a run-in, outside interference by Paul Fontaine,
You're going to blame somebody else, Vinny?
I was screwed.
Oh, really?
I was screwed by Paul Fontaine, and Tom Lawler is your new undeserving champion.
Tom Lawler defeated you. After being ridiculed as the worst player in the league,
Yes.
aside from Rob,
Yes.
he beat you.
He did.
And you're coming up with all these cockamamie excuses.
And it's not because I had Jameis Winston on my bench and started Gardner Minshew. No! It is all because Paul Fontaine stuck his nose in where it didn't belong.
Wow. Well, sorry, dude. You have been dethroned.
I have. That's a fact.
Filthy Tom Lawler, your new fantasy football champion.
Yes.
Which I can't even believe it means you have a chance, Rob. How?
Well, weird shit happens in this league.
Look at how cocky he is right now, Vinny.
No,
Are you watching this?
Actually, I am not, and I will tell you why, because I have an equally upsetting story for my game this week.
Well, no one cares about this week, but you can tell us.
So
It's irrelevant.
So going into last night's game, I had a 17-point lead over Garrett, and he only had his defense to go. And defenses generally score on average about 10 points. So it was, fairly, I had a comfortable lead. I foolishly went on the board yesterday morning and said, this just feels like the type of game that the Cowboys defense is going to get a late pick six, which is an interception return for a touchdown, and I'm going to lose by 1/10 of a point. Well, as it turns out, they did get a late, I think it was like the last play of the game or near the
It was the last
play.
minute of the game.
Yeah. They got
In a game that was already long since decided.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. They scored a touchdown. I lost by 2 points because of this fucking fumble.
Wow. I've never heard so many excuses on one show in my lifetime.
Everything I've said is a fact.
Between you
If Paul
and Rob.
had not ratted out Tom that he had forgotten to start a kicker, I would still be the champion right now. That's a fact.
He's true. Paul screwed Vinny.
Wow. Maybe Tom had some sort of elaborate plan to fool you into thinking that he wasn't going to start that kicker. But he was.
I see. So he would lull me into a false sense
Yes,
of security. And due to
yes.
my overconfidence, I would start the wrong quarterback.
Yes,
Well,
exactly.
If he's doing that kind of galaxy brain four-dimensional chess, then well played, Mr. Lawler.
Well, see, exactly.
Now, I will say this, by the way. Tom started 0-4. He lost 4 in a row. He's won 3 out of 5 since then.
See, look at that.
So
That's
he's
better than Rob.
He has turned things around.
Yeah. So when do you face Filthy?
So next, the new champion, Filthy Tom Lawler, plays Ryan Frederick's team, which is 6-3, so he's a strong challenger. Then he faces Bad Juju, owned by Cheryl Ingram, who has a record of 3-6, so presumably he should handle them. And then, in week 12 out of 13, it's Rob's last shot.
Oh, my God.
Presuming, of course, Tom can run the gauntlet to get
Tom
there.
has to win 2 more.
Yes.
Okay. So, against all odds, Tom has to survive until week 12, where against all odds,
Yes.
Rob could win his belt back.
This has been an amazing league.
It's been incredible. This is the best book storyline all year. I dare anybody to prove me wrong.
Hopefully, Paul will stooge off Tom's next two opponents
Yes.
as well.
You better hope so, dude. You better be paying Paul Fontaine some cash. Wow. Well, there you go.
Yes.
Good luck, Rob.
Thank you, Bryan.
It's all going to come crashing down next week. This storyline that we've been doing so well. I don't know if Tom can do this. I just don't think he
See,
can
now
do
you're
it.
questioning him.
I am questioning him. I'm well aware about what happened this week. Somehow he's got to win 2 more and then lose to Rob for this to come full circle. I hope it happens because then in week 13 Rob loses. The very last week. Who do you face in the final week?
If I beat Tom for that belt, I'm quitting the league. At
Oh,
that point,
get out of
'cause
here.
it can't get any better.
You coward. Who do you face in the last week?
I honestly have no idea.
Can you tell me?
I'm looking it up right this second. Bear with me. So, should he beat... Oh, look at this. Should he beat Tom Lawler in week 12, then he would close the regular season with a title defense against Antonio the Promise Thomas.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. This is incredible. This is incredible. Are we sure this is not...
This is not rigged.
Okay. It's just too good. All right. Well, let's talk about some stuff that is rigged, and it sucks. Professional wrestling.
WWF Monday Night Raw, November 6th of the year.
Are we done yet? Dude,
We're getting closer.
it just...
These nitros are now just a complete waste of time.
Dude,
Absolutely.
this whole... I got to rewrite this stupid book again. I mean, this story of, they're just boring, but they're not bad. No, this is a bad show.
This is a bad show.
Have we not got to the boring but not bad part yet?
WCW, still dead.
God, it's so bad.
Getting deader.
I got lots to say about this Raw show as well. But anyway, where are we in the fantasy football? Rob's just itching to talk, so let's hear it.
What's that?
Vinny, where are we in the fantasy football here?
You had one thing.
I didn't hear what you said. Sorry.
Rob, can I ask you a question?
No.
Here we go.
Why are the headphones on? Am I wrong, everybody?
Look, I've got a lot of shit going on in my life.
I know,
Don't
but
fuck with me.
what were you doing when the show started? Were you not listening to the show?
I saw
You kept looking at me.
Yes, I saw you looking at me. I was taking my headphones off so I could talk because the fucking echo on this thing is still not fixed. But
You know, you're the only person that has that problem.
I'm fully willing to accept that fact, but it is what it is.
Okay.
All right.
What's going on in the fantasy football?
Vinny, he doesn't yell at us when he deals it wrong.
So,
get
Tom
to
lost. Tom lost this week to Ryan
No.
Frederick. Yes.
Yeah.
Tom failed me,
He got stomped.
and he got mad at me for telling him I needed him not to fail me. So I'm sure that's going to doubly pound me the next time he ever.
He just
sees
ruined
me.
our booking.
Yes.
Vinny, is there any hope for this to be turned around?
let's
Yes,
see here.
Rob.
There actually is.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
I was just looking at the schedule, and this week, Ryan Frederick, our new champion, faces Antonio the Promise Thomas.
I see. So if Antonio... Wait.
Yes. So if Antonio wins, and he can win until the last week of the regular season, I play Antonio the last week of the regular season.
Who has the belt?
Ryan Frederick.
Oh, he's facing Antonio.
Yes.
I got it. Okay. So Antonio beats Ryan Frederick,
Yes.
and then you could face him in the finals and win your belt back.
Well,
That-
the last round of qualifying, actually, Brian.
The last round of qualifying.
Yes.
Okay.
That is correct.
What does this all mean, Vinny? Translate for me.
Okay.
How's your Rob to English?
I'm not sure.
Yes.
Honestly, okay.
was
So
it?
Ryan
Rob
Frederick
English.
is the champion.
Okay, I got that.
He defends against Antonio this week.
I got that.
There's only 3 weeks left.
Yes.
We're down the home stretch.
We're down to the final
Yes.
3 weeks.
So if Antonio wins this week,
Okay.
and then he wins the next week,
Okay.
then in the third week, he will face that guy, producer Rob,
Okay.
the belt of the line.
Okay. So
So all
Rob-
you need is for Antonio to win twice.
Okay.
And
That's
he's-
all we need.
He's 6-4, so
He should win. Who are his next 2 opponents?
Well, the champion,
The
Ryan
champion,
Frederick,
yes. And then the other one?
It's under the name Cheryl Ingram, but that's not the person's name. I forget who this is. Rob, look at you for help.
Yep. So, all right. So after this week, he plays. Hold on. He plays Bad Juju. Yeah, which is a mystery Matt from the board, and then after that, it's me.
All right. Well, so there's still hope.
There is still hope.
There's always hope.
That's the way to keep this involved between me, Rob, Tom Lawler, Antonio.
And then after that, we go into what, the playoffs, or how does it work?
Then there are the playoffs, and we won't know who's. It's pretty tight. There's no way to know who's going to be in that.
I see. So I presume if Rob wins his belt back, it's not going to be up for grabs in the playoffs.
That's the way I would do it.
Goddamn right, it's not.
Well, Bryan, you are guaranteed to have one thing to look forward to, because I only just now realized in Week 13, I play that rat bastard Paul Fontaine.
Really? You get your revenge?
I have a chance to get my revenge.
Wow.
The guy who stooged me off and cost me that fantasy belt in the first place.
That's actually
and I won this week, by the way. I would still be champion.
That's true. That's true. You would still be champion.
His head will make a fine
Wow.
trophy.
So Rob and Antonio for the title is theoretically the main event in the final week.
It's a penciled
and
in.
you are getting a grudge match
I'm gonna
against Paul Fontaine in the final week.
I'm going to get a grudge match either way.
This is incredible.
It is. Indeed.
It's incredible. Wow. Now, of course, Rob, even if Antonio wins and you face him, he's still probably going to beat you. You know this, right?
Not necessarily.
Okay. Rob's got a little bit of confidence, but he's not as cocky as he was when this thing started.
I've lost my cockiness a long time ago.
Oh, man. Wow.
Hey, before you get started, can I digress on something really quick?
Well, I guess. I mean,
This whole show is one big digression.
you started.
Fair. So do you know what else had happened 19 years ago this week?
You got married.
I got married.
Look at
Oh,
that.
hey. Huh.
Look at me.
Good. Yeah. My wedding anniversary was yesterday, actually.
Wow.
19 years.
Would you like to cut a promo on your wife?
I wouldn't.
I would like to stay married for a few more
would
years,
like to cut a
so
promo on
no,
his
I
wife?
will not cut it. Although,
All right.
to be fair, she doesn't listen. She'll never hear it anyhow. But
You never know, Rob.
As long as we're doing digressions.
Yes, Vinny.
As we all know, my wife went to San Jose for the New Japan show and also the Monday Night Football game.
Dude.
Yeah, it's weird. But at the Monday Night Football game, she ran into a listener named Bryan Jensen.
Really?
And he introduced himself and said hi, and she says
How
here...
did she know him? Or how did he know her?
We don't quite know.
Huh.
Our best guess is Facebook stalking.
Wow.
this is a little creepy.
It is. But she says, can you please give that Bryan Jensen a shout out? Saw him after the game as well. Super nice guy who helped ward off asshole fans.
Wow.
So Bryan Jensen, thank you for stopping
Not
my
Bryan
wife.
Jensen, Vinny. That Bryan Jensen.
That Bryan Jensen, thank you
Yes.
for preventing my wife from being stabbed by angry football fans.
I hope he changes his Twitter handle to that Bryan Jensen. If he were smart, he would brand himself now. Well, excellent job, that Bryan Jensen.
Yes.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right. Anything else, Rob? Now that your mic's open, are you done?
I'm done.
Okay, put the headphones on.
I will, thank
Which are listening devices. You aware of that?
Thank you, Brian. I was not aware of that.
Rob, you weren't. It's made abundantly clear on the show. Am I wrong, Vinny?
The way your eyes lit up, when it was like in your head, you thought, "I've got it. I'll tell him they're listening devices. He'll figure it out."
Well, I wasn't sure. That's not what I was thinking. I was thinking I'll tell him. I was not thinking he'll figure it out, just to be safe.
No, to be fair, I still have the echo, but
All right. Well, I think that's something in your ears.
don't get me started.
I mean, I guarantee it's something in your ears. I just don't know why nobody else has this problem. It's only you. Ken never has this problem, right? We ask Ken questions. Has Ken ever complained that he's got an echo?
Ken senses aren't the best.
Right.
Well, that's true, but I mean, he wears headphones too, so they must work. Let's talk about this Raw show here.
WWF Monday Night Raw, November 13th of the year 2000.
We got Retro Raw and Nitro from 19 years ago this week to talk about today. Better shows than usual, I thought. Am I the only one?
One of them was.
I thought they were all right this week.
Raw was awesome. Nitro was terrible except for 2 minutes, but those 2 minutes made the whole show worth it.
And yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. Anyway, let's talk about the important thing right here. Has real life screwed up my well-booked fantasy football league yet, or what?
Sadly, yes, it has.
You've got to be kidding me.
Yes, everyone in this league named Tom has failed me miserably.
So what happened, Vinny?
Well, the reigning champion, which I forgot until just now to look this up, was Tom lost the belt to Ryan Frederick.
Yeah.
Team name Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. And we needed Ryan Frederick to lose to our pal Antonio the Promise Thomas. He stomped a mud hole in Antonio the Promise Thomas.
So Antonio fucked this up? Sorry. You screwed it up. Trying to be a professional.
Do you want to start the show over, Brian?
No, I don't.
Funny thing about your no cursing change that you never told us.
Right. Yeah, because you don't want to know why? Because I wanted to know if anybody would even notice.
I see.
Because people complain,
but
then when I don't, nobody even notices.
Brian, we know you in real life, though, so we hear your cuss all the time.
I'm talking about other people that only listen to this show.
I see.
Nobody, not one person, even Granny didn't notice. But anyway.
She's obviously given up on you.
So, Ryan Frederick now faces Joey Eastman in week 12. And then...
So there's no hope. It's over.
Garrett Gonzalez in week 13. Do you care about Garrett winning the belt?
I don't care who wins the belt, but it's over. There's no way that in the end, Rob can get his belt back.
That is correct.
Brian, you should do what Medusa did.
Throw it in the goddamn garbage can.
Here.
And you're not out of the playoffs, are you?
No, I'm not out of the playoffs.
How many teams get in?
4.
That's a long shot.
Yeah, I think I'm tied for 5th right now.
So you're saying
so there's still a chance. I'll put that right there.
There is a
you want it?
Yeah.
There is a minute chance I could make the playoffs, and something could happen there. Yes.
Okay. I have possession of the belt.
Yeah, right now it's in abeyance.
It is in abeyance.
Right now there are
here.
There are 2 teams at 8-3, including the champion, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. And then at 7-4, you have me, Semper Vivi, and I guess that's it. And then
so who does it look like is going to be in the playoffs?
Right now, Ryan Frederick.
Okay.
Paul Fontaine.
Oh, Paul Fontaine.
Yes. Me.
Yeah.
And Semper Vivi.
Okay, so...
If the playoffs started today, that's who would be in.
All right, so it's possible that even though Rob won't get his belt back, you could leave as the champion.
That's still on the table.
Okay, I won't throw the belt in the garbage yet.
Most importantly, I have my week 13 grudge match. Paul Fontaine.
That's true. That's going
to be on the
You know what? The since the title is in abeyance right now,
yeah,
it should just be on the line in that match. I should strip Ryan Frederick of the title because he's not in this room, and then put the belt on the line in that grudge match
as the F4W Fantasy Championship belt commissioner.
Yes, as the commissioner,
okay.
As Mr. Alvarez. I'll think about it. I don't want to strip Ryan yet. He's done nothing to deserve being stripped.
No, you're a horrible commissioner.
I mean, he fucked up my storyline here. I mean, that right there should be enough to be stripped. But maybe I'll make my own BMF title.
So, just to be clear, you're going to strip him for going into business for himself.
Yes.
He didn't follow the script.
Yes, he should have known better. He should have picked worse.
You wanted it to work, and he did a shoot.
Yes, he shot on us. Unacceptable. All right, anything else on this disaster?
No, but don't be surprised if I pull out my sock full of coins and take my belt with me.
You gonna whack me with a sock full of coins?
If I have to.
Go ahead, Vinny.
I think I got some coins to
get going. Come on. Yeah. A bunch of pennies. What do you do with a damn sock full of pennies,
Empty
Rob?
out my bank as well.
So anyway, WWF Monday Night Raw, November 20th of the year 2000.
I'd say you could challenge me for it in class, but you haven't been in class for 2 months.
Shots fired.
Get Rob's face.
Yes, extenuating circumstances.
That's true. I'll give you that.
Okay.
I have also not been in class in like 5 years. So.
You don't have extenuating circumstances.
No,
and actually, it's been about 10 years.
I just don't want to go.
Yeah.
So we get clips. This is the day after Survivor Series.
That's even worse. At least Rob wants. Retro Raw Nitro 19 years ago this week. Don't look at me like that, Vinny. You know what I'm saying when I say, we got the deal.
I actually don't. That's why I looked at you.
But we got the deal. We got Retro Raw Nitro 19 years ago this week.
Okay.
And apparently Rob is also going to do something really stupid. And he's so proud.
That's right.
He's been waiting so long.
That's right. I knew there was a deal.
To do this dumb thing. And I'm going to make him do it right here at the beginning of the show. Rob knows the stipulations. Rob's going to do whatever it is he's doing. Mm-hmm. And if he vomits on any of this equipment, if he ruins anything, he will be fired. This is just like the Scott Steiner Stevie Ray match that closed Nitro.
God, I hope it's better than that.
Just without the, Now,
do you have a
good promos?
Do you have a garbage can over there, or
I do?
Oh God, Rob, next.
I do not have a garbage can.
Okay,
but
how about a cylinder of some kind? A bag? Okay,
dude. If you vomit on the air, we're going to lose so many subscribers, Rob.
I don't know.
Well, at least we have one who said he was subscribing just to see this. So.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
And who's that?
I believe it is Tenacious P on Twitter.
He can edit it off if he's like yak everywhere.
It's true.
Yeah, but I got to watch it.
You know, a lot of people.
But I
wanted
won't
to
be the same afterwards.
A lot of people wanted to see Tom barf.
This is true.
Rob, don't put the headphones on the microphone. It tilts it down. Everyone's been doing that lately. Tilt it back up.
By everyone, you mean Rob?
No, Rob did it. Ken did it. Everyone, they put the headphones on there. The mic falls all the way down. Then the headphones fall off.
This is an A+ state-of-the-art program going on here.
Well, it is if everyone knows what they're doing. All right, are you ready, Rob?
Vinny, you know what you're doing?
Not a clue.
Okay.
All right.
All right, so why'd you tell everybody what's going on here first? For all the boomers.
Sure,
Like
sure, all
Vinny
the
that don't know
boomers.
what's
Yes.
going on.
So I am doing the Packy One Chip Challenge. This is as it's described on the box, one deadly black tortilla chip covered in powdered Carolina Reaper pepper.
So that entire box right there, there's one chip inside it.
There is one chip wrapped in cellophane.
How much did you pay for that one chip?
I did not pay anything.
How much
for
would a
it.
normal person pay for that one chip?
These are actually going for like $20 on eBay. You win them. You basically buy a bag of their regular
pain.
chips.
They're paying for pain.
Yes.
There's no
You're
sustenance
paying
in this.
$20 for one horrible potato
Yes.
chip.
Yes. Now, as a point
Tortilla
of
chip.
That's a potato chip, Vinny. It's the same thing.
No,
Even
it's
though one's
not.
made of potatoes, one's made of tortillas.
Yes.
Okay, thank
It's
you.
still the same damn.
Made of tortillas, Vinny.
So as a point of reference,
a
there are
tortilla
two
plant.
there are two videos online of wrestlers doing this. There's one of Daniel Bryan where he completely no-sells it, and then there's another one of Sammy Guevara, Ray Phoenix, and Rick Knox doing it, and all three of them acted like they were going to die. I am expecting that my reaction is going to be somewhere in the middle, but
All right.
I have
Well,
no idea.
you know the steps, Rob.
I know the steps.
All right, let's do
I'm
it.
fully prepared.
Let's do it. Make sure the camera's on you.
Camera is on me. Here we go. I am opening it. Looks like it is broken.
Of course.
Oh,
Okay. I'm not.
Rob smelled it
Well, I just don't.
and recoiled.
That's
No.
So wait a second. You spent $20 on one chip
I
and
did
it's
not-
broken?
No, I didn't spend anything on it. I bought a bag of chips. They had a promotion
Take it back.
code.
Go take a refund. I want a new chip.
Yes. All right, here we go.
Oh, he's just dumping all of the...
What's with my hand?
That's true. And don't take a leak after this either, because you
Holy
could really.
fuck!
You paid $20 for this.
I did not pay anything for this.
Vinny's turning purple right
You didn't
here.
see the look he gave me. He didn't look in your eyes like he looked into mine.
Oh my God! Here he goes.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Dude, don't do it.
It's fun.
Oh, yeah, looks fine.
Yeah.
What, are you breathing it? Did you sniff
Well, it's
it?
powder, dude. I mean, you chew it, the shit, you get dust in there just naturally.
The only difference between your reaction and a group of kids smoking a joint is when you're coughing and gagging, somebody's going, "Hey, man, pass that over."
Rob's got tears in his eyes right now.
He is sweating.
Woo!
Dude, this chip came in a box. How did the chip get broken?
How the fuck do I know? It's a postal service. Holy fuck, that's hot.
Oh, I got a whiff over here. That's amazing.
Look at you.
Look at me.
I don't even believe that that's like a real chip. I think that that's like, I don't know what it is.
Lick the inside of the package.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm not.
take
Don't,
one
don't
thing.
get
Come on.
anywhere near me.
All right, then.
I'm not doing this stupid challenge.
Pussy.
I'm not an idiot.
You're a
No,
pussy.
it's not a pussy. It's not being an idiot. 2019, he called me a pussy. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
All right.
No, you can't drink water.
Oh, whipped cream. Good job. It's a good call, actually. Dairy mellows it out.
Oh, fuck me.
Not even thinking about it.
Thank you, Craig.
I mean this in the nicest way possible, Rob, but you're the dumbest guy I know. And that's a huge compliment.
Dumber than
Think
Brent?
of the.
Oh,
think
yeah.
of the
Yeah,
ground
actually,
that
yeah.
covers-
Oh, yeah.
Brent's not dumb. He's crazy.
You're not going to be able to do your job tonight.
Fuck, I will.
I don't even think you can see straight right now.
You're melting, Rob. You are turning to liquid.
You guys remember what he said on Sunday? I'm really good with this hot stuff here. It doesn't bother me.
That's next level hot, though, Brian. Come on. Give it up to the guy a little bit.
Well, while Rob has tears rolling down his cheeks, Vinny, why don't you tell us what's going on with the fantasy football? Where are we? Was Rob humiliated twice this week?
Let's see here.
I was not.
Rob is Baker dangerously.
Sure is.
Baker.
Full schedule.
I hope we get a shot of that tear that's rolling down his cheek right now.
I was only focused on
He's not doing well.
Rob destroyed Filthy Tom Lawler.
Hold on a second. Hold on a minute. You're getting worse, dude. Are you all right?
Yeah.
Are you going to have a heart attack?
I hope not.
That'll be good for the show.
Dude, I don't think you should keep doing that.
Keeps getting worse.
That's my point. Are you all right?
No, the chip getting worse. Whew.
Are you okay?
Oh, yeah, no, I'm fine. I mean,
Yeah, you look great.
relatively speaking.
Dude, you look more unhealthy than Brock when he works.
My head is tingling. Literally.
Dude, what's on that chip, dude? It ain't just hot sauce.
It's not.
Carolina Reaper pepper.
Yeah.
It's got the word Reaper in it, Brian.
Yeah, you know what that means?
Yeah,
I'm worried he's going to die is what I'm worried about.
He might.
No, I won't die. At least I don't think.
Eventually.
We're all gonna.
If I do, tell my wife and kids I love them.
And you're very dumb.
Dude.
They already know that.
What were you thinking? Do you have some Pepto-Bismol or something like that?
Yeah, that wave's gone.
Oh,
The wave is gone.
about 1:30 tonight. That's all coming back on you.
So yeah, my entire face is tingling.
Dude, what was on that? Don't even tell me it was just some wacky Reaper pepper. I don't buy that for 1
That's what
second.
it says.
I know that's what it says.
Actually, hold on.
I don't buy it.
Why do you not buy it?
Because he looks like he's going to die.
Because there's Reaper pepper in
Looks
there.
like he drank poison.
Brian, are you familiar with the Scoville scale?
I have to look this up.
Yes, I think you should. It's impressive.
Am I going to think Rob's an even bigger idiot after
That's
writing
possible.
this?
Maybe,
That's totally
yeah.
possible.
Would be the first time.
Can a California
All
Reaper...
right, so here's the ingredients according to the box.
Okay, hold on. Let me read this to you, Rob. I don't want to worry you. Eating a Carolina Reaper pepper surely will feel like it is killing you. It is the official hottest pepper in the world, with a reported over 2 million Scoville heat units. Yikes. Enough of this pepper in a short period of time can surely kill you. If I'd known that, I wouldn't let you do this, Rob.
Well, I promise I won't sue if I die.
After a man who ate the world's hottest chili pepper was tested for brain damage, you might be forgiven for thinking it best to avoid consuming the Carolina Reaper, but chili growers have defended the fruit and stress it is safe to eat, although probably not whole.
In April 2018, a case report of thunderclap headaches in a 34-year-old man who was hospitalized.
That's 20 years younger than Rob.
Hospitalized a few days after consuming one Carolina Reaper pepper.
Dude, what were you thinking?
The pepper was bred in a Rock Hill, South Carolina greenhouse by Smokin' Ed Curry, proprietor of the Puckerbutt Pepper Company.
I see.
The pain in your stomach and your bum... I'm not sure I can...
Rob is a pain in the bum.
Just know this, the pain in your stomach and your bum will last longer than the fire in your mouth, so proceed with caution. It's only going to get worse, Rob. Are you aware of that?
I was pretty much aware of that, yeah.
For growing, the pepper has been described as a good all-rounder to try at home.
Rob, you're not home.
Chili peppers and chili powder are loaded with the chemical capsaicin in high enough concentrations it can become a deadly neurotoxin. You know what that means, Rob?
Yes.
It fries your brain.
Capsaicin is what they put in pepper spray, Brian.
Yeah. You just ate that.
Yes, I know.
Carolina Reaper pepper appears to have narrowed the arteries in the competitive eater's brain.
Wow.
What?
Yeah, causing a series
insane.
of thunderclap headaches.
Well, we better keep an eye on Rob here.
We actually could go to like jail if he dies.
I didn't record that.
What?
I'm just kidding.
Oh shit, I forgot to hit record.
Oh, shut up. All right, Vinny, are you, where are we here?
He just stole your joke.
I know. His brain has been neurotoxicity'd.
So, producer Rob, in his final act on this earth, destroyed Filthy Tom Lawler.
Oh, really? Wow.
135 to 60.
Wow.
More than doubled him.
Thanks.
So he goes into week 13 against Mista del Boca Vista, which is
Promise.
Antonio the Promise Thomas. Who was the champion? I forget now.
Ryan Frederick. So do you mind if I actually looked this over before we came here?
Yeah, go for it.
So basically, there are 4 playoff spots. 2 of them are pretty much spoken for. Ryan Frederick and Paul Fontaine at 9-3.
Yeah.
Vinny is next at 8-4, and then there are three of us: Semp, myself, and Promise at 7-5.
So as you know, Brian, I've been talking about my grudge match with that bastard Paul Fontaine this upcoming week.
Right.
So that's going to happen regardless, and he's in the playoffs regardless. He has really nothing to lose. But then I looked at the projected playoff bracket, and as it stands, we are most likely to meet in the playoffs next week.
Really? Wow.
So we're having a feud.
How about that?
Unless he beats me in the first one.
Wow.
He
Maybe
might
you'll
knock me out.
50-50 it.
We might.
Great. All my great booking out the window. All right. We got to get going on these shows. Let's do this. I don't even care about this
They're
anymore
boring.
after Rob damn near killed himself.
Very
here.
boring shows.
The shows are very boring. WWF Monday Night Raw, November 20th.
This is Rob's fault.
I'm sure it is.
All right. Hey, it's Bryan and Vinny Show here. December 3rd, 2019. Figure4online.com/wrestlingobserver.com. Yes, Rob's here today. You should have seen Rob practicing, positioning himself in front of the microphone before the show went on the air. He would go, position himself. You know what I'm saying? But he's alive this week.
Yeah.
That's good to hear, Rob. Or see, I guess.
Yes, I am alive, and I was positioning myself so that my head, when I did talk, wouldn't be in the frame when you or Vinny were on camera.
Oh, is that right?
Every once in a while, when I lean in, because of the way we have to shoot the
Because of your giant head.
Yes, because of my giant head.
All right. Okay. Well,
Fuck you.
How do you feel?
I feel
Fuck
great.
me?
Yes.
You're the one that ate that shit
You're
last
the one
week.
who's making fun of me.
How do
Screw
you feel?
I can't help my head's big.
I could have stayed at home. This is not needed.
I'm going to get yelled at for trying to get
I mean, we got a lot to talk about here today that Rob is not going to be able to help us with. So how are you feeling?
Feel fine.
That's it?
Yeah, no, I was, as Craig accurately predicted on the show last week, about 1 a.m., it started to come back to me, and I made more than one trip to the restroom. Good part of Wednesday morning, my stomach was...
Gurgling?
Yes, gurgly. Yes, and I definitely... I was definitely shooting a lot of fire.
It's reminding you of your idiocy.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is not incorrect. But
All right.
but yeah, outside of that, of
Don't ever do it again.
course I'm going to do it again.
Oh, why would you do that, Rob? What's wrong with you?
It's a glutton for punishment.
Yeah, but like,
Comes here
what?
every
Name
Tuesday.
one positive that came out of it, aside from some attention on this show. Like in your life, what's one positive that came out of you eating that chip?
I know. Because he could. Now he can say he did.
Absolutely.
I could say I did a lot of things. They don't end up being a positive in my life. All right, Vinny. I hear that there's some sort of big scandal with the thing, the fantasy football.
This is news to me.
I had like 1,000 people tweeting me about this, and Antonio wants to get me on the show to talk about this. What's going on with this thing? Rob, you know?
So there is a question about the lineage, I guess, of the belt.
See, there is a scandal.
Because, my belt that I had put up in the week one that we've been doing week to week since the league started, it was won by Garrett in the last week of the regular season.
You challenged him to a fight.
What's that?
You challenged him to a fight.
I did, yes. I'm not ashamed to admit that. But Garrett is not in the playoffs, so the belt is now
Held up.
There's question to what happens with the belt.
I see.
Yeah, Promise has said that he is apparently working on or has gotten, or I'm not entirely
Rob,
sure.
talk into the microphone, please.
Sorry. That he may be getting a belt, but we don't know for sure if that's happened yet or not. But
All right,
for the league champion.
so Garrett was the champion, but he's not in the playoffs.
He won the belt via the lineal title defense thing, but he did not qualify for the postseason. So he's done.
Well, I think it's simple then. I think that the belt is forfeited,
Okay.
and the winner of the whole thing is the champion, right?
Well, you're the commissioner, apparently.
Well, I mean, doesn't that make the most sense?
Well, what would make sense is never have the belt online until the playoffs. But since we threw that out
Now
the
we
window
need some
week one,
excitement week to week. We need some excitement week to week. The fact that he was the reigning champion and he didn't make it to the playoffs, he must be stripped of the title.
All right.
I mean, that goes without saying. He can't just hold on to it. He can't win. So he's hereby stripped of the championship.
Okay.
I've made that official, okay? So now, who's left? Who's in the playoffs?
Before we get to the playoffs themselves, Brian,
Okay.
as you know, I've had a long-awaited grudge match with that bastard Paul Fontaine.
Oh, was that this week?
Sweet sweet, glorious revenge.
Oh, man. You beat Fontaine?
Team Verhey 146, Irish Trojans 94.
Oh, my God.
Now, here's the best part.
He's good at this, too. Allegedly.
Not as good as me, apparently.
Well, apparently not.
Now, here's what I'm looking at the box score. This is the funniest part to me. It's not like he had a bunch of guys on his bench he could have put in there. Here's some of his bench players. T.Y. Hilton, 0. Evan Ingram, 0. Golden Tate, 0. Matt Breida, 0. So his starters suck, and his backups suck more. I'm looking at my bench. I got Darius Guys, 29 points, not in the lineup. Rashad Penny, 26 points, not in the lineup. My bench guys would be his starters. This was a humbling.
Wow.
This is an out-and-out humbling.
Wow.
And now, here's the best part. In a mere 6 days, Brian, do you know what I get to do? I get to beat him again.
Oh, really?
I've already taken his pride, and I'm going to end his season.
Wow.
I'm going to stomp him into the dirt, make him regret ever playing fantasy football. I'm going to do like William Regal had done to him. He was humiliated in front of his fans and friends and family. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm going to do to Paul Fontaine.
Wow.
Yes. So let me find that playoff bracket. I can't find it.
I need to know who's in the playoffs here. Is Rob in the playoffs?
May I tell you who's in the playoffs?
Yeah,
I did check
go for
before
it.
I came in. So,
okay.
The number 1 seed is Ryan Frederick. I believe Paul Fontaine is still number 2.
Okay.
Vinny sneaks in at the number 3 spot.
Sneaks in.
And the 4th and final playoff spot.
Smack you.
What's that?
You say it doesn't sneak in. Kick the door down, came in thundering.
Fair enough. I apologize. And the 4th playoff spot goes to me.
So you are in the playoffs.
Yes, I am.
Okay, so
yes, Filthy Tom finally at one point in the season did not screw me over, and he beat Semp.
Okay, so
allowing me to get
that means that either you or Vinny could walk away with the belt.
This is correct.
Wow. Look at this. It's all coming full circle, Vinny. There's still the possibility that Rob is going to get his damn belt back.
Well, yes.
Wow. Well, look at that.
Trying to find the playoff bracket. Oh,
it's you and Paul. It's you and Paul and me and Ryan the first week.
I'm going to playoff round 1, and it says there's like 6 games. Does everyone get in?
They technically add the rest of the teams, I guess, so they don't feel bad about being losers and not making the playoffs. But yeah, it's basically just the 4 of us.
There's the playoff bracket. There it is. Okay, so the other guys have consolation games.
I see.
So they
we're not. The belt is not on the line in a consolation game.
Yeah, there is a consolation ladder.
Yes.
I see it now.
Yes.
Okay, so yes, the 2 semifinal matches, Brian, are Baker Dangerously, which is producer Rob, versus Ryan Frederick, who was the number 1 team in the league. That is a fact. And then in the other semifinal, I get to destroy that bastard Paul Fontaine again.
Wow, you still hold a grudge after beating him so profusely? Like there's not even a smidgen of respect that you have for this man?
I got so much glee out of it, though.
All right, well, there you go, everybody. It looks like we can still finish this season with Rob somehow getting his belt back. But you're the 4th seed.
He will have to...
So you squeaked in. Yeah. Not Vinny.
No.
Yes, I find I misspoke. I'm a horrible human being.
Dude.
And a broadcaster.
God damn it, dude. All right, anything else?
Just leave my fucking mic on so I can talk.
No, I don't want to leave your mic on. That's the last thing I need to do is leave your mic on. You beckon when you have something you need to say. All right, we ready to go here?
I suppose.
Remember when I was going to give Rob a flag?
9.5 minutes ago, I was ready.
It's not been that long, too. It's been 8 minutes, 19 seconds. All right,
ready at 8.
Let's get moving here.
WWF Monday Night Raw, December 4th of the year 2000.
It's not my fault you're not in these playoffs, Craig. It's not my fault you're not doing fantasy football.
I don't like fairy tale football.
I don't like fairy tale football either, but maybe I'll be in it next year.
Then we talked about it for 8.5 minutes.
Yeah, so maybe next year you'll think about it.
Okay.
Would you rather talk about this boring-ass episode of Raw?
That's true, Vince.
December 4th of the year 2000.
But fuck me, my swearing thing, it's already done. We're 3 minutes into the show. I can't take it anymore. I mentioned this before. The other week I watched over 24 hours of wrestling in a week. 24 hours of wrestling. And this is 4 hours of it? Fuck you. There's a lot of good stuff I could be watching. Not this shit. Do we want to get into this? Let's get into this fantasy football thing and get it over with so I can get this show over with. Well, I am sick of retro.
Would you like to unleash some venom and bury me for a bit, Brian?
Why? What'd you do now?
Well, it's a...
You don't know what's going on?
No, I do know what's going on. I have not lost, but I am losing. The playoffs are a 2-week format. So...
Rob's shaking his head. What's going on, Rob? First off, get in close when you tell me here.
I don't think it's a 2-week format.
I'm looking right here. It says playoff round 1, week 14-week 15.
That sounds like 2 weeks to me.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it is.
So
No one knows what's going on.
Every league I've ever done has been the playoffs have been a single elimination.
I'll check the schedule. I could have sworn. You told me it was playoff round 1 is, on the schedule is week 14 and week 15. Playoff round 2 is week 16 and week 17. So
Today I learned.
So I am trailing that bastard Paul Fontaine. He's out for revenge and doing
yeah.
well.
I mean, sure, he's out for
I
revenge.
did come here and bury him weeks at a time. So
how's everyone doing?
I am losing.
Okay.
Presently, 124 to 146. Rob is losing worse. 140 to 117.
That's why Rob didn't say anything.
Sorry, Rob.
Actually losing by the same, I guess. Those are the only 2 actual playoff games, right? Well, for the sake of completion, Antonio the Promise Thomas leads Mike Sempervive, 155 to 119. Josh Nason leads Gary Gonzalez, 131 to 107. In 2 scores that I can't actually believe here. Filthy Tom Lawler leads Tommy Dreamer, 87 to 84.
God. I don't know anything about this, and I know that's terrible.
And Cheryl Ingram leads Joy Eastman, 127 to 83. So that's where we stand,
A lot
Brian.
of sour faces here in this room
That's where
right
we stand,
now.
Brian. I got an uphill climb. Full credit to Paul Fontaine. That bastard Paul Fontaine, he has outplayed me.
Why would I be mad at you? Why would I care if you won or lost?
Well, I could just be your scapegoat.
No. Well, I got Rob here for that.
I hadn't thought of that.
So now what?
Rob is still relatively new to this whole Bryan and Vinny thing.
He's been here way longer than you think.
Probably.
It's been years.
Probably. Well, I've
It's been
doing
like
this.
2 years.
Point is, for like a decade, I was the scapegoat.
Sure, yeah.
Then we got Rob.
Rob's going to eventually figure out that we got to hire somebody new
He will.
so that he can be ranked higher on the
There will need to
totem
be.
pole. He's going to get Wang in here to push some buttons or something like
It is
that.
just like wrestling.
It actually is. It's just like jiu-jitsu. Rob's a white belt in this room right now, and he just gets pummeled. So now what? What happens next week? We just keep playing?
The same 2 pairs or the same pairs.
Okay.
Except again, it's a cumulative score.
Okay.
So I have to beat Paul Fontaine by 20 points over it was this weekend to advance.
Rob, is there any hope for you? You're very quiet right now. Usually you just can't wait to tell me all about this.
No, I'm still trying to figure out if it's actually set up like this or not. But yeah, I am. No, I'm still technically, in it. I mean, anything could happen.
So your day has turned around.
What's that?
Your day has turned around.
It has.
You thought you were dead, and I've told you were alive.
I'm glad to know that.
Yeah.
I think he's looking to see if it's maybe 4 weeks. Is that what you're doing?
No.
See if it goes a month? All right, so then next week it's over? It's just done?
No.
Okay.
So we're in week 1 of the first 2-week period.
All right.
Then the winners of that advance.
I see. So you're telling me that the guy that arranged this whole thing is winning right now? And he also happens to be a professional wrestler? Am I wrong?
Skeptical.
Antonio, right?
Oh, he's on the playoffs though.
No.
Oh, I see. Okay. I got it. So he's already failed.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go, everybody. That's the update. Well, let's get going on this thing here.
So the paying video customers will get a shot of you
Rob-
silently belching.
Rob's running the show. I'm sure they saw nothing. Probably saw a shot of the ceiling. Hey, it's the Bryan Video Show, everybody. December 17, 2019. Figure4online.com/WrestlingObserver.com. Retro Raw Nitro 19 years ago this week. Thank God there's no Nitro the next 2 weeks. I've never been so happy. Just can't take it. Let's get going. I want to get this over with as fast as possible. I'm sick of this. Sick of these shows.
WWF Monday Night Raw, December 18th of the year 2000.
Why are you looking at me, Rob? Why are you looking at me like that?
You forgot the most important part of the show,
No.
Yes.
the fantasy football update.
I forgot. You're right. I thought it was over.
I actually went through the trouble looking everything up too.
Well,
For
for
once-
one of us, it is over.
Jesus.
I was
God
prepared and then I forgot I had prepared.
almighty. All right.
This
so
is
let's
why I
go
don't
again.
bother preparing. So, Brian, you'll be happy to hear I've defeated that bastard Paul.
I was losing sleep.
And
I couldn't eat.
And when I say I defeated that bastard Paul, this is no longer just name calling. He actually changed his team name to That Bastard Paul.
Wow.
But I rallied after my 1 week deficit. Thank you to Jameis Winston, Julio Jones, and Miles Sanders for carrying my team. I appreciate that. So I'm in the championship now, Brian.
The Fantasy Football Championship that you first made a big deal out of these 14 weeks ago.
Yeah, I did make a big deal out of it. And somehow it's going to end with you getting it back.
Hopefully.
Even though Rob here, he had his chance, but he failed. He just failed over and over again.
A very worthy opponent in Mr. Rogers' neighborhood.
Who's that?
Frederick?
No one even knows?
Yeah, Ryan Frederick.
Okay.
Yeah. We met in week 5, and he beat me by less than 4 points.
Ooh, wow.
Razor thin margin.
So a rematch of a very close fight.
Yes. So, best wishes. Well, not the best wishes to Mr. Ryan Frederick, but good show to everyone watching. I'll say that.
So Rob's been totally eliminated. And you two are you the last two?
Yes, this is the finals.
Wow, so this is the finals.
A 2-week DD again.
Where did fucking Rob or our Fred come from?
He's around the whole time.
Out of nowhere.
He never won the belt, I don't think.
I know, that's the point.
He actually had as many wins as I did.
He never won the belt a single time, but here he is in the finals.
Yes.
Yes, Rob.
He was actually the number 1 seed going into the playoffs. I think he was the top.
Yes.
The top scoring and tied with that bastard Paul Fontaine for the most wins in the league.
And me.
Well, when the playoffs started, I mean.
Yes. Well, still, we both won one more. So,
well, the fact that you're in the finals, Vinny, I'll still care for the. What is it? It's next week. It's over.
2 weeks. Yeah.
2 weeks.
It's a 2-week thing.
All right. Well,
on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, probably not even doing shows those weeks.
That's a good point.
Yep.
Yeah.
What a stupid league.
I'm sorry. Sorry, the fantasy
Can't you
football
stretch it out one more week so we can at least talk about it on the show?
We talk about it on the show for sure.
All right,
we
fine.
Talk about whatever you want. The NFL will not reschedule its games, Brian, for the sake of your podcast.
Well, dude, why?
Yeah, you're right. I hadn't thought of it that way.
Thank you. A valid question. A valid question.
Put in a request, Vinny.
All right. Let's get moving.
WWF Monday Night Raw, December 18th, and I think this is the last time I can say this, of the year 2000.
Thank God. Is it the year 2020 or the year 2020? Have we all decided yet?
I've never heard anyone say 2020.
Really? All right, well, it's 2020 then. I don't give a shit.
Then why did you ask?
Well, I don't know if maybe I was doing something wrong.
Oh, that'd be a first.
Video. It's 2020, so you're going to be an asshole now? I'm trying to make sure that every time we announce a show, I don't have people bitching about something. 2020, is that what we agree on?
I vote 2020.
Okay,
right.
thank you.
Seconded.
Jesus Christ, I'm giving you an opportunity here to put your 2 cents in, and that's how we're going to start this 2020?
Yes, it's worked well, Brian,
All
for
right.
16 years.
Okay, well, you're right. It has been a long time.
Yeah.
A long, shitty time we've been doing this show. Jesus, God almighty. We started in 2005. It's now 2020. We're still doing this.
2020, some would say.
Yeah. What did we agree on? 2020? I don't even remember. I'm going to say whatever the fuck I want.
I know.
I don't care what anybody else says.
I'm well aware.
All right, well, Rob's here. I don't know why.
Me either.
He's here because we're going to announce the winner, I guess, of the fantasy football. We're going to wrap it up here today.
For those who have not heard,
Yes.
though I did rally in week 17, it was not enough to close the gap. I have suffered a defeat in the finals.
You lost to
lose.
our Fred?
Our Fred.
Oh,
is
my God. He came out of nowhere.
No, he had the best record in the league.
Well, I know that, but, we never talked about him because, he wasn't a long-reigning champion. I guess, apparently he said he had the belt once. Where was I? Is that true?
I was not paying attention.
Did he have the belt, Rob? Does anybody know if he was a champion?
He does claim that he had the belt, and I think in hindsight,
You don't remember either. You don't remember.
I can barely remember 5 minutes ago. Most of the
I think
time.
he's full of shit that he ever held the belt.
I love that Brian was angry. He wanted to look at Rob in anger, and out of instinct, he turned to his right. But Rob wasn't there.
Well, yeah. Well, I thought of asking Ken, but I was like, well, he ain't going to know.
Ken, do you know?
No.
Okay.
I should have known that nobody was going to know. So you're telling me that we had 2 extra weeks, and we still don't know if our Fred ever was the champion?
Well,
can you look it up for me? This is the wrap-up show.
It's in the, I think it's on the board.
What was that?
That bastard Paul Fontaine was tracking it, I believe.
What was all that dinging?
That was probably my laptop. Sorry.
Thank God we're filming this for the video service we still don't have. As everyone is just listening and going, why is nothing happening? Well, Vinny's typing feverishly on one computer. Rob's furiously typing on another computer, which makes noise. Does that have a mute function?
Well, I turned the mute on.
Okay, so we're muted now.
Yes.
All right. Excellent.
Our Fred did have the belt at one point.
Okay, for like a week.
He kept the belt and defended it against. Where's this?
Now, where does he live?
I have no idea.
But now nowhere near.
I don't think he's in like Everett.
Okay, so you're not going to hand over the belt to him?
If he comes to my house, I will happily hand over the winged running back belt.
Wow. Wow.
That running back sounds awesome. Our Fred had the belt. He dropped it to Garrett Gonzalez.
Okay.
Garrett Gonzalez. Oh, and then we.
Is this on Wikipedia somewhere so we can check the title history?
This is on your board.
Okay, my board.
Garrett Gonzalez won the title, and then the season ended. He did not make the playoffs, and you, as the commissioner, stripped him.
I remember this now. I do remember that. That I remember.
You remember your power trip, yes?
Yeah, I do remember my power trip. I remember things that I decreed, such as that the title was vacant, and so now I guess our Fred ends the season as the champion.
That is how it works, actually.
So you're telling me that he had the best record of anybody?
Yes.
So he is undoubtedly the best at this fantasy football thing.
He certainly was this year.
This is not like somebody snuck up from behind, a thief in the night.
No, when you just now, a few minutes ago, said he came out of nowhere, that's false.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
He is the best around. Nothing's going to ever bring him down.
Well, the reason I said that was because, like, when we did all of this stuff, it's never like his name kept constantly coming up. You know what I mean? I figured if his name constantly kept coming up, we would be well aware that he had the best record in the league.
Well, you were just focused on what Rob was doing.
Well, and you.
And I.
And everybody else. Garrett. All of these other folks that were involved.
Name 3 others.
Well, there was you. There was Garrett. There was Rob. There was that one guy who, like, every time we brought up his name, nobody knew who he was. Who was that? Who was that?
That was probably Mystery Matt from the board, who's registered under his wife's name, Cheryl.
That's right. Yeah. Every time it was brought up, no one knew who it was. So, yeah, there was a lot of people in this thing. Tom.
Thank you.
Who did very, very poorly, apparently.
Tom Lawler did not do well.
Yeah.
You also forgot Vinny's arch nemesis, that bastard, Paul Fontaine.
How could I forget Paul Fontaine?
Who, by the way, I defeated in the consolation game.
Really?
The third place game.
Yes.
So is there like a second place? Like, who was second place? You?
It would be me.
You lost our Fred.
I was a silver medalist.
Wow. So does he get to get hired by Football Outsiders and you're out?
No, thankfully, no.
That's not one of the stipulations here.
If fantasy football championships were a requirement for my job, I'd have been fired long ago.
Wow. Isn't that kind of weird, though? You know what I'm saying?
A little bit, but...
Okay. Just checking.
I don't. To be fair, I do not write the fantasy advice column.
The fantasy advice column?
Yes. There's a column about fantasy football advice. 2 of them, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Is there a love advice column in Football Outsiders?
No, because it's not love outsiders.
Pick up women at a football game you go to watch?
Absolutely not that.
Wow.
Just bring a lot of Fireball. You'll be fine.
All right. So would you like to do the honors and crown him the winner since it was your belt, Rob?
I would be delighted.
Oh, wow. Rob's got his own carrying case here.
It's a Gracie Jiu-Jitsu bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, somehow Rob got the belt back.
Yes.
I think I gave it to him when I was drunk.
I'm sure
I think you
show,
did.
yes.
Yes. So, yes, in perpetuity, Ryan Frederick, you are the unofficial or the official winner of the winged running back fantasy football belt.
I love the idea. We could go through all this trouble and ceremony to crown someone unofficially.
Well, he's official now.
Yeah, he is official.
I did like that you said into perpetuity, which means that, like, next year, the belt's not on the line. Shouldn't it be, like, until next year?
You didn't think this went through, Rob?
I don't think anything through.
Oh.
I didn't think it through when I first agreed to put it up in the first place.
That's
but-
all.
Well, that's
That's
undoubtedly
a
true.
solid point.
Well, at the end of the day, Rob, you are taking the belt back home.
Yes.
So you did.
I actually do need to reach out to Promise to see, because I know he had said at one point he was looking into actually getting a belt for the winner. So
Really?
We'll see if that ever came to fruition or not.
How about that?